Hello. Miss Karen here in the art studio today. I am so excited to paint with you guys. We are going to paint this cute little pig today, real cute. And I'm just gonna, I'm gonna scooch it in a little bit closer so that you can see what I'm doing. And it's all just pretty easy stuff. Not, I've got some stuff back there in the back, but I'll pull you in closer. I've got just a 8 by 10 canvas here, stretch canvas. You can paint it on whatever you want. Like I said, you guys can paint it on paper. You can paint it on, you can do this with paint or crayons or colored pencils or whatever you have. You don't have to even use paint. You can use watercolor paint. What I'm using today is acrylic paint. And dries pretty quickly. Watercolor actually dries faster. Maybe we'll do a watercolor one day. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So you can do the mixed multi media or mixed media tablets for the kids. Well, this isn't it. Here it is. Sorry. Hold on. A little commercial break. Here I come. Here we go. Sorry about that. These are great for the kids to paint in. This is something that is just a hard paper type deal that they can draw in, they can paint in. The paper is just a little bit thicker than most, and this is one that Henry, my grandson, was painting in. This was a long time ago, 2020, I think. He was doing seeing they drew in here and stuff like that. So this is something that you can have them draw in, date it, so that you have a record of when they painted, and you can keep it going. It's kind of like a journal, an art journal. So that would be fun for the younger kids and the older kids as well. So what we're going to do, I'm going to draw this on as we go. I'm going to show you how to draw it. I'm going to move you in a little bit closer so you can see. And scoot you down there. Might have to. Which way are we going? There we go. All right. So we've got that. Okay. So here is your example, and here is the one we're going to be working on today. So, what I will do is I'm going to show you here. I was going to see if I can catch it on the iPad. I cannot see. So, hopefully we're in frame. I don't know why that goes crooked like that. Hopefully you guys can see that good. Hope so. Okay, so this, we're just going to draw a circle. We're going to come down from the top a little bit. We're going to come up from the bottom a little here. And this is how we're going to mark where our head's going to be. So we're just going to draw a circle. Just draw a circle. Right here is the pig's head is what we're drawing right now. It's just a circle. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Just a circle. Then we're going to draw down. We're going to have, here's where his shoulders are. So you just draw down on one side. Just his little shoulder there. Down on the other side. Shoulder there. And you can make his head bigger if you want. May come out a little bit bigger for his head. Then his eyes and mouth and nose there in the middle, we'll draw it. Let's do his ears first. His ears will go up to about here. We're going to go up at a slant, and then let's come down to this dot here and back in. And that can be straight. It doesn't have to be crooked. And then we're going to come up to there. I'm going to have one here and back in. So there are his ears. And then the circle, he's got like a circle in the middle of his mouth right here. Or his, not mouth, middle of his face. There's like an oval we'll just draw an oval. And then his lips come down. Put a little dot there where his lips, he's going to be like a little triangle. A little triangle. Here, right here. Boom. And then another little V inside of it. There's a couple little circles right here where his nose will be. That's when he makes that noise. The little, I can't even do it. That's where that noise comes from. It just got dark on my screen. I hope you guys can see me. And then we're going to do a little circle right here. Little eyes. And he has a couple little eyebrows going on. His eyes, I don't know why I made him to where they're like looking together like that. You probably want to make one over here and one over here, not together like that. That makes him look like he's looking like the eyes are looking together. All right, and then we'll do the little. Okay, so that's what we're doing for the pig. Just easy stuff, nothing major. Not sure why we got some darkness. I hope you guys can still see me there. Looks like you can. So, hope so. All right. Maybe just a smidge closer so you can see. Okay, now we're going to start painting. The colors that I'm using today, like I said, I'm using acrylic. I've got some blue, some white, red. I've got a little bit of brown, may or may not use it, black and green. The color of the pig is a pink color, but if you want to make it so it's not so pink, you can add a little bit of brown to your red. The paint brushes that we're using, just keep it simple. Mine are dirty over here, so let me get them out. I've got a, I'm not sure if we'll use this great big one. Got a 1 inch, which is a pretty wide brush. You've got a 1/2 inch brush here that's about as wide as my finger, 1/2 inch. And probably a round, which is over here in the cleaning. I left it with paint on it and I had to clean it. Number 4 round, just a little round brush. Okay, so that's what we've got today. Keep it simple, little bit of stuff. All right, so we're going to go in with the, to keep the shape, let me show you a little trick. To keep the shape for the kids so that they don't lose the shape, you can draw this in with a, well, if you have a Sharpie that works, you can draw this in with a Sharpie, the shape, and that way when you paint in, you won't lose the image. So for the little kids, if you want to do this, it's probably a good idea. That way, when they paint in the pig, it doesn't disappear. This will keep the drawing there, and it won't disappear. Okay? All right. So there's a little trick for you. Draw it in with a Sharpie. Okay, so we're going to paint in the pig. We're going to go in a little bit of white, a little bit of pink. And that's what color this pig is pink right here. But you can make him just a little bit not so pink by adding a small bit of brown to that pink color. But it doesn't matter. You can make him whatever color you want. We're just going to keep this simple, right? So we're going to make some white and red, making pink. If you don't want him to be that pink, add a little bit of brown to it, and there we go. All right, so we're just painting in these shapes. I just want you to trace the outside edge in and paint in the middle. trace that outside edge and paint in the middle. Okay, for the little ones, just draw the outside, just do this, what I'm doing, hand them the brush. Hand them the brush. Go around the outside edge. Mine has graphite on it, so it's going to be a little dark right there. Then paint into the middle. Just see how we can still see that drawing? See that? I can still see where I drew that pig on there. I'm just taking that brush. Every time you see my brush disappear, I'm just going down and getting more paint on my brush. So I painted. I'm painting all over that eye. I'm not worrying about that at all. So there, we've got all that painted in. Painted in the pig. Okay, then we're going to go down here at the bottom. I just took some red and white, made it a pink color, and then I added a little bit of brown just to get it, tone it down a little bit. And then I'm going to trace the outside edge. And then that plate sticks to that paper. And then I'm going to paint the middle. Just paint in the middle. See all that? Paint right in the middle. There's all that. Alright, then you can paint the outside in if you want. You could paint the outside blue in first if you want to. Doesn't matter, you can do it either way. So I'm just going to take a little bit of white, a little bit of blue, making a light blue color. And I'm just going to paint in the outside edge. Go up to that pig. Now if they're getting it into the pig, dry it really good with a hairdryer. Dry it really good with a hairdryer. Start painting in that outside edge with the light blue. I just took some blue, some white, and I'm just painting in that outside edge. I'm going to paint right up to that shape of the pig. Outline it with my brush. And then paint the middle in there. Just paint that all up. I'm going to go white, a little bit of blue, outline that edge. And paint in the middle. Same, I'm going over here. Blue and white. And you can leave the background white. You don't have to paint that. Or you can paint the background in first, all over, then draw your pig over top of the blue. Let it dry real good first. Just outline that, paint to the outside edge. Anytime that you're drawing or painting a new color, it's good to just dry it really good with the hairdryer. Then we're going to dry that really good real quick. Alright, now we're going to go back over that pig because I can still see my canvas. So I'm just going to do what I did earlier. I'm going to go back over, take my blue, or not blue, my red and white mixed together makes pink. Go with a little bit of brown just to take the pink out of it a little bit. And then I'm going to paint back over this again. Outline the outside, paint the middle. Outline the outside, paint the middle. And this is just getting more coverage. If yours is already good and covered, that's good. One thing with the kids, they really put it on thick. So if they put it on thick, make sure that you have them paint over the bumps. Paint over the little bumps, because that takes forever to dry. Paint the outside edge and then back into the middle. Okay, so now I'm all covered here. All good and covered up. Got it all good. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the red. See how I've got a little bit of red right there? I'm going to take a little bit of red. I didn't even clean my brush. A little bit of red, and I'm just going to go just like that. That's weird how that sticks on there. Okay, so I'm just going to take the red, and I'm just going to swoosh right there on those little marks, where those marks are. We can make his nose a little bit more red. Just going in there with a little bit more red. We can make his side of his face here a little bit more red. And probably his mouth. Do a little bit on his mouth. A little bit there. And then we can do a little bit on his shoulders. Just like that. Or not. Doesn't matter. This is optional. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. All right, now we've got that going on. Now we're going to go in and do some detailing. We're going to paint his eyes in white. Let's dry him really good with the hairdryer. Then we're going to go with the black. You can do this with a marker. You can let the kids paint it in. Or do it with a marker. So we're just going to go into the black. Oh, I was going to do the white of the eyes first, wasn't I? Let's do the white of the eyes first. Rinse that brush. Get the black off of it. Go into the white. We're going to do this white. Let's just paint the whole thing. It's easier to paint over than it is to paint around. So we're going to paint that whole thing white. Whole circle white. I was going to do some flowers, but I decided to do this. I think I have an idea. I'm going to do a couple other things I have ideas for you guys. All right, there's that. Now we're going to do the black. We're going to go into the black, rinse that brush, and dry it with a paper towel. It's going to look real goofy for a while. I'm going to go into the black. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that black. This is something the parents can do, the adult can do. You don't have to let the kids do it. You can do it. It's an outlining. So you're going to outline that outside edge. One little section at a time. Okay. Then he has a little line in his ear right there. The harder you push, the fatter the line's going to be. So don't push very hard. Like I said, this may be something that the adults can do this for the little ones. It just makes it show up more. Just kind of defines the shapes a little bit. And here's a little line over here on this ear. There's little eyebrows. And then we're going to trace around the eye. We're going to trace around this big nose. We're going to color in these little circles for his nose. Make a circle, color in. Make a circle, color in. And then down here's his lips. Down, 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 down. And there we go. I'm going to dry his eyes really good. He looks funny, doesn't he? We'll rinse that brush. Let's paint him again. I'm going to rinse that brush. I'm going to just paint in some in the middle. Let's dry that real good first. Because if you don't, you're going to get in my outline. If you don't do a good dry with the hair dryer, they mix the colors together. So get a little bit of white on your brush, color that eye in again so that it's real dark white, solid white. And we're going to put in these little highlights right here. This brush, I'm going to get a little bit off of the brush, do a little sweep right there, a little sweep right there, just swoosh, a little swoosh on the top of his head, top of his nose, side of his lip, top of his shoulder, and that's good. Then we're going to dry it again. I know, crazy, isn't it? Those eyes good and dry. Then we're going to go rinse this brush, dry it with the paper towel, the one you were just doing with the white. We're going to go into the black now. Go back into the black. We're going to make these circles on his eyes. He has a circle here. Just make a circle. And he has another circle right here. It's just a circle. Draw a circle, fill it in. Okay? And he's looking like over there. This one's looking at us. I think that would have been fine. Dry it with the hairdryer really good. Go back in with that brush, number 4 round. Rinse it, dry it with the paper towel. Then we're going to put in the little dots. If you want him looking at you, you could put your circles right there. Put both dots going that way. If you want, you can put both dots going this way. You can put one here, one down here. Just don't put them towards each other. All right, then we're going to do these little grasses, little grass effects down here at the bottom. Taking this green, I'm going to add a little bit of water to it to thin it up a little bit so it's not so thick. If your paint's thin, you don't have to add water to it. Mine's a little bit thick. And then I'm just going to sweep up with the brush from the bottom. Just some lines. You can go down if it's easier. Just some indications of some grass. He's in the grass there. All right. I don't know why. I don't know why a pig would be in the grass. I think most of the time they're in the mud. We should have just covered him with mud. Right? Sometimes, I don't know if you're familiar with pigs, but they do get in the mud. They like mud. Mud makes them cool. So then take your paint pen or your brush, sign your name. It's always a good idea to, if you don't put their names on the front, at least put their names on the back and the date that they painted it. Because one of these days, believe me, you're going to want to know when they painted it. Okay, so there's that. Yay, we did the pig. It is super cute. Super, super cute. See how cute he is? You can do it. It's just circles, little, kind of a half of a rectangle shape right there. Almost a triangle. Circle, a little triangle, little circles, and lines down. Pretty easy shapes, pretty easy for you to draw. If you need a template, contact me. I will send those out in email. Try to get a video on each week. Sometimes I don't, and I do apologize for that. I try. It's a lot. So thank you guys for joining in. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can see more of the videos coming out. Tell your friends, get on here and paint with me. There's lots of things that we can paint together, I promise, and we'll have fun. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.